Hi, I'm Gordon from Camera Labs, and this is a quick vlogging test with the Canon EOS M6 Mark II. This is one of Canon's first interchangeable lens cameras to support uncropped 4K with dual pixel CMOS AF. But before any of that excitement, let's see how it fares in 1080. So I'm filming this in 1080 at 25p. Sadly, there is no 24p on this model. It's a modern Canon after all. Why should it have 24p? Well, sadly, if that's what you're looking for, you're not going to find it here in either the PAL or NTSC modes. 25 is your closest settings. That's what I'm filming in here, which also fits nicely with my European electricity and lighting, which is around me right now. I'm also using the built-in microphones, although you can connect an external microphone. I'll demonstrate that for you in just a moment. And I'm filming this with the 15 to 45mm kit zoom. This is a fairly standard EFM zoom lens, but starting at 15mm, it's a little bit wider than typical 18 to 55 or 16 to 55 zooms, even with Canon's APS-C crop, which is 1.6 times. Everyone else does 1.5. Why does Canon have to be that bit different? But if I hold the camera out at arm's length, I'm a little bit wobbly, but you can kind of see how wide this lens goes. However, there is additional digital stabilization if you want a bit of help. I do need a bit of help, so let's see how they look. Okay, there's two digital stabilization modes, both of which crop the image to some extent. This is the first one. This is just enabled, so it's a combination of digital and optical in the lens that you're looking at here. There's a minor crop in 1080 here, but not too much to be worried about quite yet. Now let's see what the enhanced mode looks like. Okay, this is with enhanced stabilization enabled, and it's floating quite nicely here, but my face is looking a bit too big on the frame, so I think I'm going to go for a wider lens. So join me in just a moment. Okay, now I've switched to the Canon EFM 11 to 22mm. This is the widest angle lens that's available in the native EFM mount. It's a really nice lens for vlogging, although I should note that it is a bit more expensive than the widest EFS lens, which is the 10 to 18mm. So if you're willing to adapt that, or if you're shooting with a Canon DSLR, an APS-C sensor anyway, then that is a really affordable choice. But I think we've seen enough 1080, so let's switch to 4K, and I'm also going to turn off all of the enhanced stabilization, so you're going to really see how wide this lens can go. Okay, so now I'm filming in 4K at 25p. Again, there's no 24p available, sadly, in 4K or 1080, but look how wide this lens goes without any of the digital stabilization enhancements. So this is again with just optical stabilization on the lens only. So wide, especially if I was to go one-handed here, it's absolutely enormous. But let's see how 4K looks with the enhanced stabilization. Okay, so now I've switched to enable the digital stabilization. So this is using digital electronic stabilization in combination with optical in the lens. There's a stronger setting I'll show you in just a moment, but I might as well just say right now that one of the nice things about the M6 Mark II is, along with the 90D, which shares the same sensor, they're two of Canon's first interchangeable lens cameras to actually offer uncropped 4K with dual pixel CMOS AF, so you can get confident face detection using phase detection all across the frame. It just works really, really well. And the M6 Mark II also has a screen that flips up over the top to face you, so you can see what you're doing, although you will block that if you want to mount something on the hot shoe, which I'll be doing in just a moment. But now for that more enhanced stabilization mode. Okay, I've switched to the enhanced digital stabilization mode, which does crop the image a bit, so even with this 11mm focal length, my face is getting a bit bigger on the frame, hopefully not too big, not too scary. I'm going to stick with this degree of stabilization now, still filming in 4K at 25p, still with the internal built-in microphones. So let's connect an external microphone and see if we can improve the audio quality. Okay, now I've switched to the Rode Wireless Go wireless microphone system. You can see the transmitter unit here with its built-in lavalier microphone attached to my collar. Unfortunately, because I now have the receiver unit mounted to the hot shoe on top of the camera, I can no longer flip the screen up to face me. It does flip up a bit, but not enough to then make the screen go upside down and for you to actually see yourself on it. So it doesn't even share the mild inconvenience of the Sony a6400 or a6600, which are both again blocked by anything on the hot shoe, but you can just about peek that screen around and see enough of it to make sure that you are in frame or recording. I can see neither of those right now, although to be fair, the Rode receiver unit could dangle off the side on the cable, couldn't it? Or you could attach it with an elastic band or some sellotape or Velcro or something. Anyway, hopefully you've noticed an upgrade in sound quality, and basically what you're looking at here other than the fact I can no longer see myself, is a best case scenario in terms of settings. I'm filming in 4K at 25p, so that's the best quality that you can get on this model. I'm filming with the enhanced stabilization, working alongside the optical stabilization in the lens, so it should be nice and smooth. The lens itself is the widest in the catalogue, the 11-22, so it should be nice and wide. I shouldn't be too frighteningly large on the picture. And of course the audio you're listening to via the external microphone. Now, you may in fact prefer Canon's EOS 90D, which was announced at the same time. Same sensor, same quality, but that camera has a few additional features missing from the M6 II. It has a headphone jack, you don't get that on the M6 II. It has a 4K movie crop mode if you want to get a bit tighter on your telephoto views, you don't get that here either. And you also get a side-hinged, fully articulated screen that basically leaves the hot shoe completely free, so you can still view yourself even if you've got a massive microphone mounted on top of there. So for me, it's actually the preferable choice for vlogging. Also, the ultra-wide-angle EFS lens is cheaper than this model, but that camera is much, much bigger and heavier. I know I've been carrying them both around all day, and certainly the M6 II is the preferred choice for me for portability. But let me know which model you prefer the look of, and whether you find any of this useful. Let me know in the comments. And that just leaves me to say thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Farewell from the streets of Brighton, where once again I managed to confuse the tourists and locals alike. See you next time. Bye-bye.